Hi everybody. In this video, I just want to discuss with you a question that sort of I see a lot on like the sort of Facebook groups and everything here in Sri Lanka, and that's just people sort of wondering how you can how you can own property in Sri Lanka as a foreign person. Yeah, there's a few different ways that people sort of do that. You can't actually own property here as far as land as a foreign person. Like you have to be a Sri Lankan citizen to be able to do that and put the deed in your name. But there are sort of a couple of ways around that are completely legal and everything. Like there's that people sort of do to sort of get around that a little bit. Yeah, I'll sort of talk about those. So the first one really is the 99 year lease kind of thing that people do. So it's essentially that you rent or lease the land from like a local person for 99 years. So it's a sort of agreement, yeah, for 99 years that you have it. So essentially that is then a lifetime and like, multiple generations worth. But I mean, there's no record of anybody what will sort of happen when the 99 years is done, because that, it hasn't been sort of a thing for like 99 years yet. So I'm assuming that either the land would go after the 99 years, it would go back to the actual owner whose name is on the deed, who would obviously be dead by then. It's like in 100 years. So the sort of children and grandchildren and all that, it would go back to them, I suppose, or either just the government, I guess, would sort of then take it after that sort of time period. But obviously, as I said, there isn't any record of that, like that time period that's expired yet on any agreements to sort of say exactly what would happen. It would just be one of those two. But so that is sort of an option. The downside to that is obviously if you want to sell it, I don't know, it might be a bit difficult if the guy that you made the agreement with is now dead or something, even if it's been like 20 or 30 years, like, and the children might not like there might be issues there. Like, it's just one of those things to be aware of. It could potentially, probably wouldn't cause you issues at the time of doing it, maybe not in the near future, but down the track, it could sort of cause some drama. But I mean, it would be all legally sort of written out. The deed would still be in that person's name, but then there would be obviously some kind of agreement. The problem, like with that as well, I don't like that the actual owner, like you would never sort of feel like the actual owner, I suppose. And yeah, like they're sort of they like to ask a lot of questions about what you're going to be doing and all that, which is fine. I mean, assumably you wouldn't be doing anything too major, but it's just, it should be your land and you can do what you want. So that is an option though. Second one that people do, they will register a company and the land will then be purchased under that company, and then they will be the director of that company. So essentially then they have complete control of what happens with that company, including like purchases like that. So I'll start another video, or I'll make another video down the track of how to start sort of a company and everything. So that's another option as well. And then they might, like, say if they're building like a guest house or something, they'll use that business to get their sort of their residence visa as well. The property is then owned under that company, and as the director of the company, they're in complete control. And then if they did choose to sell it down the track, all that they have to do is then sell the company to somebody else. So, and it's already formed sort of company, and just change the director. So that one is then a lot simpler if it did come to sort of selling it, things like that. So then the third one, I suppose, is you can buy sort of not, so this isn't land, but you can buy like apartments above, I think it's like the third floor or maybe fourth floor or something in a building, because obviously that isn't land, so you can actually own that in your name. You can have the title in your name, so that is another option as well. So Yeah, there used to be that you could pay sort of a 100% tax on any like land purchases and everything. So, say for example, if something was like $100,000, you would pay that to the person that you're buying it from. You would pay the same amount then to the government, so you're paying double essentially. But then that land can be in your name. But I think that was sort of removed about like 2016 or something. I think they got rid of that, so that's not an option anymore. So they're probably really the only two or three sort of options, two for land and everything that are available. So yeah, I hope this has sort of been helpful to people in any way, and I'll speak to you in the next video.